Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Shattered Silence Stories of Recovering Resilience. My name is Jory, and today we are here with David Winter. He's going to be sharing his story of the 32 years of addiction and how he overcame it. Okay, so we'll just get into it, David, wherever you want to start.
Okay, so I guess I'll just start this. I'm David Winter. I suffered from polysubstance use, which is everything, for 32 years. I started off with, at 14 years old, someone injected methamphetamine into me at 14, and then the story kind of just took off from there.
Yeah, wow, 14.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, so then, what happens after?
Well, it progressed over a period of time, and so I would say for the first 22 years of that, from that date, it was just the light stuff, what I call the light stuff, methamphetamine, PCP, LSD, and then a really great friend decided to introduce me to heroin.
Yeah.
Great friend.
Yeah.
hmm
So in the early stages of, your addiction kind of started at 14. How did that look like in the beginning before the heroin started? Like
You know,
going through school and stuff like that. How
so
did that affect
I grew
you?
up in a really, really, really good home, Christian home. I went to private schools my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother and father separated when I was like 13 years old. They'd been married like 18 years. And it kind of, I had a really protected childhood. We didn't have a television in our house. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we didn't mix bathe, swim with kids in our family. It was really, really regimented. And I played instruments my whole adolescent years.
Mm-hmm.
And so when that happened, that breakup of their marriage happened, I just was like, I knew nothing about the world at all. Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was totally oblivious.
Yeah.
And so I went out and found it.
Yeah. So saying you were with a friend at 14, like how did that look? Were you didn't even know really what it was, or you were just kind of, going through a lot after your parents'
Yes,
divorce?
I love that question because, I feel like that there was a restlessness in me that was untamable, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was probably due to, I look back now and praise my parents for what they did, keeping us from everything. But, in human nature, we have this desire to go find out what we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did really
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah. And so then your high school years after, after 14, continuing high school, how did that look for you?
It's still, I don't think really finished it until I had gotten my GED. I didn't graduate or anything, but
Okay.
I think I remember them telling me you'd only been here 25 days in one of your years of high school.
Yeah.
I was like, well, okay.
Yeah. And so, okay, so then continuing, you didn't get through high school, but so then when were you introduced to heroin, and then what did that look like?
So I did that whole meth thing for quite a while, and then with all the other things, and then um, you know, I think it just really, really ruined everything about my whole adolescent years, my development, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I just played very seriously in that world and just kept getting farther and farther along. I had this innate ability to be able to find the worst of the worst people,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah.
And it seemed to be a gift of mine. And so that being said, that was probably at the time when I think that I ended up finding the person that introduced me to heroin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my goodness gracious, I didn't have my first child till I was 26. Thank God for those babies, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then when you were introduced to heroin, how old were you at that point?
Ooh, that's a good question. A lot of those days are black.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I don't remember the exact age,
Yeah.
um, but I will say this. I started using heroin because I really couldn't. I had this thing inside of me for some reason, and I will talk to you later about that. I'll kind of explore them more. Um, I run things out to the point where they don't work anymore. I have a
Mm,
really high tolerance, so I would use that all day long, every day. I don't remember a day I being sober ever, ever.
yeah.
And at one point, after about I'd say 9 years of that, I couldn't get high on heroin anymore at all, no matter how much I did,
Man.
no matter how much, and that's scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you run through that grommet like that and it doesn't work anymore, that's kind of what was happening in my previous usage with methamphetamine and all those things. It just wasn't working, and I'm
Mhm.
not sure why. I'm really not. It's just
Yeah.
maybe my body makeup. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what was your like day to day like? Where were you living?
Oh, that's good. I love this line of question. Here we go. Yeah. So I stayed outside because it just ended up, I hung out on beds and couches here for a while, but it
Mhm.
wasn't compatible with what I was doing.
Yeah. Like going from friends' houses or
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
I wasn't a basket pusher, but I was outside.
Yeah.
And I just stayed outside because it was just a great thing. I mean, I slept in parks, and
Yeah.
that seemed to be where everybody was using.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, and I
was.
mean if that was your day to day, you didn't have a problem with that.
No, not one bit.
Yeah. So did there come a point where I mean obviously there came a point where you were just like I'm done with this?
No, ma'am.
No.
I
Okay.
would love to be able to say that. So when I got to that point of not being able to really benefit from the use of heroin anymore,
Mhm.
another wonderful, great friend came along and said, "Hey, man, I got something to show you," and it was fentanyl.
Yep. Yep. Do you know when that point was? Because I actually am curious to know when fentanyl kind of like took off because I feel like it kind of started within the last 10 years,
Oh yeah,
15 years.
yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't around, and they tried to call it another name of something like called China White, but it wasn't.
Okay.
It was a synthetic that they brought in and introduced, and it just kind of slipped in.
Mm-hmm.
I even remember all these heroin was a really big epidemic. It was
Yeah.
really big. It spread all over the place, and then all of a sudden, nobody wanted it. Hmm.
Yeah. Because
Yes.
that fentanyl came in.
Yeah. Nobody
Yeah.
wanted it anymore.
Yeah. So then now you started using fentanyl.
Yes.
So then how did that look like?
That probably was. It took away every bit of self-respect that I had, broke everything inside of me down that was still remaining completely,
Yeah.
totally. Um, I always like to talk about this stuff right here, but this is the really important part. I used it for 10 years, and I remember at one point there was one of the times running around in the middle of that time that someone had injected a whole bunch of it right into my neck right here. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I was standing on the outside of a staircase on an apartment building, and I don't remember them removing the syringe from my neck, but I just fell over, boom, almost ripped the whole staircase off the building. So let me see, I believe it was Norris and Airport. In the ambulance ride, it took 7 Narcans to bring me back from there to the hospital.
Oh my
I was gone.
gosh. Oh my gosh. That gave me full body chills. Um,
So were you considered dead? And it took so. Do you know how sometimes you have like an experience, or you remember it, or you like think that you're? Did you ever have some sort of experience
like a
that?
vision or something.
Like,
Yeah,
did you remember that happening? Were you ever at all like remember anything about that happening?
I remember the action of it, but as far as me being cognitive of what was happening, not one bit at all. It was black, just
yeah.
gone.
So the next thing you know, you just wake up in the hospital.
Yes, very angry.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts then?
Why did they? I remember being every day doing that stuff, and I was raised in a very Christian home, and I think it was almost in a rebellious way. I used to say this out loud every day. There's nothing better than this going into my body. Nothing, out loud, and that's utter rebellion to, I feel like, God, because I knew better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. That was I think the second one overdose. The first one was really, really bad. But as I got worse and worse and worse, and just it did get worse, I finally started getting some. People would take me to these places. Like, I think the first one was BRS IOP, and I went there trying to get involved and get help. They were just people were starting to see me, these doctors and stuff. Like, dude, what's up? This guy's gray. My skin was completely gray,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I went to the IOPs there just to smoke fentanyl in their bathroom while they're doing group
Can you explain what an IOP is?
intensive outpatient.
Okay.
Yes.
Intensive outpatient program.
So you
Okay.
were in like a drug counseling center and you were doing drugs in their bathroom.
Yes. And at Aegis, where I was getting mat services, I would use their restroom as well to get high in.
So,
Excuse me.
no, you're okay. So I know you said there wasn't really a point where you were just like, I want to get better, so how did you get to get sober?
I want to bring this part out first before we get to that.
Yeah.
A ministry here called Flood gave me an apartment at one point right before I had gotten started to get clean. And in 300 days' time, 19 people died in my house in a studio apartment from my hands at fentanyl. 7 of them are no longer with us. That right there is traumatic. Every day I still
Absolutely.
see their eyes and their face every day.
Yeah, absolutely. I cannot even imagine.
Hmm.
I mean, I witnessed it once and that was enough. I'm so sorry you had to witness all of that. That had to be really hard. And especially now being sober, looking back, I'm sure that's really tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny I can't remember my past, but I can remember their faces.
Yeah. That's something that just gets etched into your head and it will never go away.
No.
So then when that kind of happened, was that when the realization, like, I've got to change a little bit?
Actually, it was probably my bio that caused it. So due to smoking fentanyl on foil for so many years, I developed a really bad lung problem, and they put me into this great lady who works for Kern Behavioral picked me up. She used to come out. She's like 4'9", little bitty thing, and she'd come out to these places where I was, and check on me. And looking back on that now, man, if it wouldn't have been for her, I remember her grabbing me by my ear one time. What are you doing? What are you?
Yeah.
Little bitty thing like this.
Oh my gosh.
And she would put me in her car and take me to her office and give me something to drink and just tell me, you don't have to be this way. And man, thank God for her. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. It takes someone to
Yes.
just like see you for you, and like someone to know that, or for you to know that someone cares, and like really.
Did your family try to intervene for you?
They actually had just seen, over the 32 years that it was not getting better, and they had to pull back. I mean, obviously, if we continued to enable people that way, it's going to just be, because when you're on that substance, you don't care.
Yeah.
Nothing matters. I'm not your grandmother. No one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful. I remember her taking me to a hospital at Good Sam. I went through the detox there, I think 3 times. The first 2 times, they had me surrounded a couple times with like 9 security guards and nurses because I was just flipped out. They were going to tackle me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But the last time she took me there, they wouldn't take me to the detox, but they took me in and entered me in because my lungs were miserably ruined from the metal particles going in from the foil.
Yeah.
And they kept me in there on the same floor with the detox people and called it. They were trying to help me with my lungs, and I feel like God ordained that because it helped me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ended up removing 1/3 of my lung.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was intense.
I bet. Yeah. And I'm sure the recovery was super hard too, especially because, after recovery, most of the time they give you pain pills.
A month and a half with a hose taped to my face. They had me on 150 milligrams of fentanyl patch, more of me pump, and Demerol every 2 hours. All three for a month and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure, I mean, you said your tolerance was pretty high too. So yeah, they had to have you on all these things, I'm sure, for you to even get some relief.
That was the greatest. I had a back surgery at one point in my life, like 10 years prior to that. They cut out 2 discs and put screws and rods on my back. That lung surgery, I would take 10 of those back surgeries before I do that lung surgery ever again.
Gosh, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, that sounds
Horrifying.
horrible. Aspire Counseling Services provides caring, personalized support for adults and teens facing mental health challenges. From group therapy to mindfulness, art, and even pet therapy, their programs are designed to help people feel better and build healthier habits. Teens can get the support they need while still keeping up with school and home life. You can reach Aspire at 888-585-7373. Okay, so then your lung surgery, was that kind of the turning point?
I was placed in a respite care from our Good Sam, and they placed me in there for 6 months. And again, as if the previous actions weren't enough, I chose to smoke. I had this weekend of just smoking fentanyl inside the restroom at the place. There came a point in that weekend, I'll never forget this. Hopelessness had just set into me immensely. I was like, what am I doing? I'm sitting here trying to get high off this stuff, and it got to a point where I couldn't get high off fentanyl anymore. And I remember this moment, this reflection moment that I had. So I can't get high off this anymore. What's next? And it hit me like a board upside the head. There isn't nothing stronger.
Yeah.
I had run the grommet, and I'm like, whoa, there's nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided, I'm like, okay. I called my sister, my sweet sister, and told her to come take these drugs from me at the respite care. And she reluctantly did. Thank God for her.
Yeah.
And had me in church that Sunday morning. They took me to church, and I was like, okay, I'm tapping out.
Yeah.
After 32 years and all the damage behind me.
Yeah. That's awesome. You know, I know it can take a little while, but like even for you to just to get there is a huge step.
So they put me, a team came and wrapped around me. Selena being the one that came, gave me a referral to Aegis and the IOP that I was in. And currently Israel, I had it was a major team of people it took, because I was what they call a monster, a complete opiate monster.
Yeah.
And little by little, I'll never forget the first time my counselor at Aegis, I got a clean test for the first time in 32 years.
Man.
Most people that use this stuff are not even that old.
Yeah.
And I went out in the park, and I was down there on Truxton, and I'm jumping up and down, screaming out loud, and all these elderly people in their wheelchairs looking at me, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm way good.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating. Woo!
Yeah. Gosh, that's awesome. I'm sure, like,
How great.
gosh, what a great feeling I'm sure that was.
And I said, I can do this again.
Mm-hmm.
I can do another one. And so they just started building up and rolling. All but God, all but the grace of God. I will tell you this right now. I leaned in 100% to what they were teaching me. And I just said, if I lean in like I did the way that I chased drugs, I'll make it. And I did. So I would Uber at this time, by the way, a couple months clean, at 5:30 in the morning to my IOP class. Sit outside on this table with my Bible every morning, 2 hours before class. Mm-hmm. I did this for a solid year. And they would come up in there, drive up in their cars and see me sitting out there, and they started getting really comfortable and used to me. He'd come and sit down and read my Bible with me,
Oh
and
my gosh.
I leaned into what they were telling me 100%, took every bit of what they said to my heart. And at this point, I'll tell you right now, um, I won't jump ahead. Hold on. So I
It's all
leaned into this.
right.
They ended up getting me at a point where I was up holding up like 10 months, sober and clean.
Mm-hmm.
And I was offered they wanted to make a film about my recovery because of the way that it went. It was very, very interesting.
Yeah.
So they collaboratively got together, set me down in front of a camera, said, "Can we follow you around for a couple of days?" They followed me into my mat services, opening the doors, twiddling me my thumb,
Yeah.
all good shots. And followed me to Cal State, where my IOP had given me a referral to DOR a year into my recovery. And I said, okay, 54 years old, here I go. And I showed up at Cal State to become a counselor, to study substance abuse, counseling, and co-occurring mental health disorders. Who would have thunk that a guy was standing in dumpster enclosure smoking fentanyl was going to be sitting in Cal State?
Yeah.
Wow.
My gosh.
No,
Great accomplishment.
nobody expected that.
Yeah.
So that's why they were following me around with the camera going, we got to watch this. They're all over the campus following me, doing shots of
Yeah.
me. And they ended up playing this to the city council. Mind you, I saw 3 of those city council members up there weeping when that film was played.
Yeah. I'm tearing up right now.
Yeah. Pretty
Gosh.
great.
That had to feel so good. Like,
Yes.
I'm sure, like, that's such a, like, that's why they wanted to follow you. You have a great story. Like, a lot of people don't go into it or have addiction issues for as long as you did and make something of it, though, and try and give back.
Survive it.
And yeah, seriously.
So there's this point in time in the middle of that when at the end, towards the end of my IOP, I could not believe what had been given to me. I told God and I told myself, I said, I have to get this skill set and give it back. I'm not going to rest until I can do this for at least one person, what they gave me.
Yeah.
Just one. And it ended up being a lot more, believe me.
Yeah.
And I just leaned into that. And he told me that I was the quickest person to come through IOP and go to school and become a counselor they've ever seen.
Wow. Wow. I feel like it's like you're kind of like all or nothing. It's like all in. So it's like when you you're like, you started your recovery and you're like, gosh, I can do this, and having that excitement from that first like clean test and like, okay, I can do it again. I can do it again. It's like, and then you dedicated yourself to it after that. That's awesome.
It's really funny what you just said. That's the way I was in my addiction. I was all in, and I mean to the hilt.
Yeah.
So I think that behavior probably, when applied to what it needed to be,
Absolutely.
what a benefit that was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that, that kind of mentality though, and using it for this good after, that's awesome.
Mm.
Yeah.
I now have a caseload of like 25 people on at work. That
You have what? I'm sorry.
a caseload of clients
Oh, okay.
that I give these services to on a daily
Okay.
basis all day long. And I tell you what, it's difficult at times, but I have so much energy for it.
Yeah.
Even at my age, I just have energy, and I will not slow down doing it. I will not.
Yeah. And it just kind of reminds me of like my late fiance, Kyle. He struggled off and on with his addiction, and he had friends that he knew that had struggled too. And even if he was going through his stuff, he always wanted to be there and help like his friends and help whoever, because he knows what it felt like to not have someone understand you. You know what I mean? It was like he had the family, he had the support and stuff. Same with you, had a good family, but it's like there comes a point where you don't want to tell them about your problem because
Yes.
they've been through it with you, but he just was that understanding person because he knows what it's like to not to kind of feel alone. You know what I mean?
Yes. It's a familiar thing when you know that anguish, and when you know the hopelessness of being outside in that place where there's just no hope.
Yeah.
I mean, and to be able to give a little bit of glimmer of hope. You know, that's an acronym for me. Hope it's help one person every day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And if we do that, I wonder if we could just make that into a law across the whole world and make it a one-day thing where that as a law you have to just help one random person every day. I wonder what would do to our world.
I know. Gosh, that would be awesome. You know? I know.
Before you like,
Okay.
you can just go ahead. How long have you been sober?
I think it's funny how you get out of track counting that stuff after a while. I'm more concerned with other people's days, but I think it was October 17th, 23.
23.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, man. And it's like, I feel like,
So let's start back up.
okay. Yeah.
So start with now you're working for a recovery center.
So now that you're working for this recovery center, you're helping other people. How long have you been sober now?
October 17th, 23. That's my wonderful day.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I began, the date was, I want to say September 13th. So I
Okay.
have been there full time since then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because like you said, you went through this really quickly with your schooling and becoming a counselor.
It
So
took
what
about,
was that
like,
timeline?
The school was like 18, I think almost 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just leaned into that from 10 months clean and sober. I think it was about 11 months, and just jumped in full.
Yeah.
And it really helped. It helped me to have a purpose.
Right.
I mean, a life-driven purpose.
Yes. People
So-
are looking up to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it also, you know, I see a lot of my clients having troubles and struggles, relapsing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't about to give that up. I mean, I've struggled with it over the past 32 years numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
But I had set in my mind that I was not going to do that. It's not going to be a part of my story.
Yeah.
And it's just one of my solids. I'm not letting that go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's a big accomplishment in itself too, to have that mindset and to continue to, know your purpose to be there for others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a question and then I lost my train of thought.
So sorry.
Oh, no, it's not you. Me, like I said, squirrel. It's me all the time. So with you doing your counseling, is there any other things that you're doing right now advocating for getting clean and sober?
Boom, I love this question.
Yeah.
I just recently, after a year waiting, I'm now facilitating step studies inside of Wasco Prison.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm really highly involved with Celebrate Recovery. And we have two guys and myself going in there with a room full of 22 lifers doing a step study in a circle of chairs. Again, it just, who would, if you'd have told me this 3 years ago that I'd be standing there doing that, I would have just told you you're nuts.
Yeah.
You're absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And it blows me away that
Yeah.
I'm getting to be able to, I feel like that God takes the thing that the devil meant to destroy us, to ruin our lives, and he turns it around for his good, to bless others.
Yes.
Yes.
Amen to that. Seriously, I 100% believe that. Like, that we get put in these certain situations and we got to make light of terrible situations that we've been in.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that you're currently doing that you want to share on? I mean, we just shared on what you're doing here, but
Can I discuss about, I guess I could share some things that we do where I work.
absolutely, yeah.
So this IOP that I work at is just absolutely amazing. I think there's roughly 300 clients in there.
Wow.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a vulnerable population for the most of them.
Mm-hmm.
So on a daily basis, when I get there at 7:30 in the morning, we will make upwards of 40 sandwiches or soup or burritos for them and feed them all day long. I mean, we make sure that to help them with all their medical insurance needs, getting rides to behavioral health treatments. I mean, it's a full job. I mean, it is a needy, but I remember, I'm not calling them needy because I was.
Yeah.
And these things were done for me.
Yeah.
So any barrier we can remove for them to be able to have good outcomes in their life is what we do. And I mean, whether that be food and water, whether that be shelter, the big ones I love, acceptance,
Yes.
being seen, being heard.
Absolutely.
So yes.
I feel like that's the biggest deterrent sometimes, you know, feeling like you have to go into this place and people are just going to look at you differently and they're not going to be understanding, you know. So having that approach and having people that truly do support you is everything.
I work with one of the greatest group of people I've ever seen. I give out probably 100 hugs a day.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's awesome, though. That's what they need.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Something as simple as a hug. You don't even know how far that can go sometimes.
We're just sitting and listening to them.
Yeah.
No, I want to hear about it. Tell me.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And I'm so glad that you're doing that. That's really a big accomplishment.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want me to add?
No, I would just probably, you want to wrap up to just thanking him for coming on, and then
Advice?
advice, yeah. What's the advice that you would give someone who
Yeah.
thinks that you're almost like somebody that
I love this.
doesn't think that there's a end.
Yes. Okay.
Like make that.
We usually end with a piece of advice. So is there any sort of advice you would give anyone that kind of feels like there's no hope?
I had this, what you just asked me, for 32 years. I felt like the first step to move in that direction, they say the journey of 1,000 steps begins with the first one, was such a deep cavern and I couldn't get over it. It's not. It absolutely is not. It's a combination of you moving, surrendering, and doing it.
Yeah.
Because as addicted as I was, if I can do this, anybody can. There's always hope. Always.
Yeah, you're really showing that too. You really do. Well, I really, really, really appreciate you coming on.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, like it's really nice to see a story like yours and the struggles that you did go through for quite a while and to see the outcome now and the success that you have now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for tuning in to another episode of Shattered Silence. As always, don't forget to follow us on our socials on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can watch full episodes on YouTube or you can listen in on Apple Podcast or Spotify.